Okay, so this is going to be an unboxing and setup of the Xnomad X4 Pro Max screens that fit on top of your laptop. I went ahead and purchased this. I was initially skeptical because it was coming from France. And, you know, when you purchase things out of country, it's always a little nerve-wracking as whether or not you're going to get what you paid for. So I figured I would unbox this. I would start it out by saying that I paid for express... Of course, there's going to be construction going on in my building while I'm doing this. Sorry about that. So I paid for the express shipping, so it should have been here in 2 to 3 days. I also, the shipping was included in the purchase price, which was about almost double what the other products were, but I like the fact that this had the single power input, so I went ahead and took the chance. What we found out is when they shipped it, I ordered it last Friday. It came into the country and there was going to be an additional fee placed on it for, let's see if they named what it was here. A customs duty invoice. And they charged 4.5% of the price of the item coming in. I'm sure that has to do with taxes that have been recently added on to our system. But as far as I was concerned, that should have been paid for by the shipper. The shipper should have known about that. They stuck me with it, so I had to pay an additional, it came up to $43.10 on top of that. The company ended up splitting that with me. I was still very upset about it because I'm taking a chance on a product outside of the country to start with. They said it was going to be 2 to 3 days. I ordered it on a Friday. Monday was a holiday, but it didn't show up till Friday, which is today. So I am a little peeved. When I found out there was going to be an additional $43, I told them that I was going to return it. That's when Xnomad was nice enough to tell me that we want to be fully transparent with you regarding your international return process so that you can make the best decision. The return cost per our international return policy is the cost of the DSL return shipment label, approximately $60 plus the customs fee, so it would be another $43 for a product I was never going to receive. So in order to return this product, which I paid extra to return within, I think it was 30 days or something like that, I was going to have to pay an additional, that's 43 is 86 and 60. So an additional $140 to return it. That doesn't sound like a good deal to me. So take that into consideration if you're going to order this. So let's start with the boxing. So came in a box from France, little beat up on the corners. I'm hoping it didn't affect it at all. But we will see. So we're on to 3 boxes. The Xnomad Pro 4. This one does not appear to be taped up. Of course, somebody calls while I am doing this. Looks like the screen comes in a nice carry case. Always look at the instructions first. And as a first, the manual is in French, and the backside, if you're used to things showing up in English, the backside's in English, so that's good to see. It starts off talking about the display settings, or the window display settings. But I think that's once we already have it connected. A set of instructions here comes. Don't go to sleep, I still need you. All right, it comes with a set of instructions that basically tells you what's coming in the box. A USB cable, or a USB-C double cable, and a USB to a USB-C, sorry, USB-C to a USB-C. So that would be these two. So the first cable, and I'll list this out because whenever I'm purchasing something, I want to know what types of connections it is. This is a single cable, goes from the USB, where is it? USB-C. There we go. So USB-C, one USB-C to two USB-As. There is a single USB-A to USB-A, probably about 2 feet long. And a third that says power only, and it's a longer USB-A to USB-A. And then it comes with a flash drive. I'm sure this is going to be the drivers for installation. And then so you can wipe down the screen, they've got little pads, nice packaging, Xnomad. So for anybody who wears glasses, I keep these around just to wash my glasses. That appears to be everything inside the box. So we switch over to the English side. And in the setup process, it essentially says to lay it down and extend it, and then put it on top of your computer. Adjust the kickstand. First unfold the rear kickstand, and extend to the appropriate length. The kickstand only allows up to a 90 degrees clockwise rotation. So let's take a look at that. So we go ahead and take the case. It's a very sturdy bag case, whatever you want to call it. I'm happy that's coming because I'll be traveling with it quite a bit. The plan is to work out of an RV for about 8 weeks, so I'll probably be constantly putting this in that and pulling it out. So here's what the back looks like. What the front looks like. It is very thin. It's fairly lightweight. Let's see if we can get it over here. If I have it upside down. Just folds open. The hinges don't feel particularly strong. They're not quite holding it up. It has instructions here to make sure the opening sequence, make sure the screen is facing up. There appear to be two, let's see if I can get these in here. On the sides here, there are two little clamps. So I'm assuming when this opens up wide, these clamps will hook onto the side of the monitor. And then it has little clips up here on the top, here and here, which will probably rest on the top of the monitor. And these instructions are so simple, I feel silly So, all right, let's go ahead and see about it. So it extends fairly easily. You just pull it apart. I have a 17-inch laptop. And just like that. Very nicely done. I like the fact that it was very simple to lay down and put on there. I did order one set of monitors before this, which is why I was so gun shy. And the initial problem I had is it didn't attach to the monitor. And it said 17 inches, but I'm assuming this is probably 17.3 inches. And it didn't open up wide enough. This is a large monitor and I still have some room, probably another 1/4 inch. No, probably another full 1/2 inch that this could have gone. So that is nice to see. So next step, let's see. So the next step is to take the shorter USB cord, not the one meant for power, and not the USB-A to USB-A. So here we go. So it looks like the USB-A that has the 90-degree turn is the one meant to connect to the back. There is a kickstand here. I'm not sure how that is supposed to do anything. I don't know that you would ever have it hanging over that far, or maybe it rotates. Let's see. Ah, it rotates. There we go. So hopefully that takes some of the stress off of the hinge. So now, of course, I can't see where the power connection is. Here we go over here. And I'm looking here. USB-A connection. Connect there. And my computer is nice enough, it has a USB-A connection right on the back. So like that connection. They have these screen protectors on here. Let me go ahead and pull those on off. Right now it's telling me I have no signal, but I'm assuming that's because I haven't made the connection yet. Insert the USB into the driver. They have a Windows 10 11. They have many different ones. Installation. Doesn't appear to have any sound. And it's in French. That will not help me much, but let's see where they're putting it. Looks like they're copying the drivers. Well, the screen layout doesn't appear to be the same. It is an application. Okay, so all you're doing is opening it up and going to the application to install the drivers. And I'm going to go ahead and run. I'm going to trust this company. Welcome, go ahead and install. All right, what I'm doing now is I'm reading the instructions about external power adapter. If your laptop USB-C driver is 10 watts or less, connect to the included PD adapter to the PD part of the X4 Pro to guarantee stable power. I think it's more than likely I probably plugged it into the wrong area, so let me go ahead and try that again. Actually, let me go ahead and pull up displays. All right. So it looks like, there we go. So what it was is I just had the USB-A plugged into the wrong one. So now I have what appears to be two separate screens. I do not want to duplicate, I want to extend. So now I have to re-identify them. So let's see, identify. 1, 2. 2 should be over here. 3. Try identify. 1, 2, 3. Now. So something isn't making sense. So when I'm leaving 1, it's pulling onto 3. And then 2. So I should just have to reverse them. So I should just have to move 3 over here, 2 over here. So that's a little frustrating. Let me see if I can bring this over. Okay, so what's happening is over here, I've got them displayed, and I can identify them. Oh, it's still calling this 2. Okay, so now that's 2. So the problem is that it should be going from 2. If I drag it to the right, it's stopping, but it should go onto the screen. But 2 is coming in on the wrong side of the screen. So I need to play with this a little bit. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on. Oh, there it goes. All I had to do was hit apply. So now I can drag from the one screen to the other screen, which is exactly what I wanted. And I have 1 power connection. So I have to say, let me pull this on it, that so far, I am tentatively happy with what we've got going on here. It was an easy, painless setup. This doesn't feel too bad. It doesn't feel like this is too flimsy. These are sticking pretty well. I will go ahead and make an update video, but other than the snafu with the shipping, the fact that it costs about $40 more than what they're saying, I really like this product. It's set up pretty easy. They provided you with extra cables in case of a situation where you need more power. My laptop is a fairly large laptop. I purchased it for running the professional softwares that I need to run, which have high RAM capabilities. And that is it. Thank you for your time.